Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Welcome to the meeting of the Administrative Operations Committee of the Public Building Commission of Chicago being held today, May 7, 2025 at 1 p.m. Director Gitterov, please call the roll.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and good afternoon. Chairman Maldonado.
Here.
Commissioner Randall.
Here.
Mr. Chairman, we have a quorum.
Thank you. First item on the agenda is approval of the minutes from the meeting held April 1st, 2025.
Move to approve.
Motion approved. Next item of the agenda is public participation in accordance with the Open Meetings Act. Registered speakers will be allowed 2 minutes to provide comments.
No registered speakers today, Chairman.
Thank you, Mary Pat. Next item on the agenda is report by Director of Procurement, James Borgman.
Good afternoon, Chairman and Commissioner.
Good afternoon.
I have 5 reports for you today. It's like the old days. So my first report, if you'll turn to tab C1 in your book, is the task orders awarded against term contracts. We had 6 task orders that were issued between our last meeting and today. Those are as follows. The first was for the Malcolm X College West Campus addition and renovations for environmental engineering services. That was to GSG Consultants, Inc., an MBE firm, in the amount of $90,117. The next was for the Police Motor Maintenance Garage 4 renovation project, again for environmental engineering services. This was to Carnell Conabear and Associates, an MBE and WBE firm, in the amount of $19,752 even. The third was for the Hall Library project. This was for environmental renovation and demolition services. This was to Specialty Consulting, Inc., an MBE firm, in the amount of $41,340. The fourth was for Malcolm X College West Campus addition and renovations for environmental reno demo services. That was also to Specialty Consulting, Inc., an MBE firm, in the amount of $38,460 even. The fifth was for Kells Park Fieldhouse. That was for geotech services awarded to GSG Consultants, an MBE firm, in the amount of $36,321.60. And the last 6th task order was for the Malcolm X College Washington Park Campus project. That was also for geotech services. That was awarded to Geo Services, Inc., an MBE firm, in the amount of $63,786. Before I ask for any questions, I would just like again to point out that as a result of the specialty consultant request for proposals that we issued a couple of years ago, we now have the pool, which is almost 100% MNWB. So it's really starting to reflect in what we have. Any questions on the task orders?
Nice one.
Thank you. My next report, if you turn to tab C2 in your books, is a recommendation for an appointment of firms to provide photographic documentation services to the Public Building Commission. We currently have one firm that provides photo doc services for us. So we wanted to go out to the marketplace to determine if there were other available options for participants to engage with the PBC providing these photographic documentation services. That's everything from construction documentation to other areas where we may actually benefit from some of these photo doc service providers. In response to a request for proposals we issued on February 27, we received 4 proposals. We're very excited about the number. Of those proposals, after an evaluation period and interviews, we decided to interview 3. And those are the 3 that we'll be recommending today to create a pool. That's Moreno Architects Limited, doing business as JGMA, an MBE firm. Munsterman Services, LLC, which does business as Multivista. And Pixel Rated Media, Inc., which I just got off the phone with, and they do have their MBE certification now. So we can say that they are an MBE certified firm as well. Each of them demonstrated an organizational structure and personnel with relevant experience that met our requirements. All 3 recommended firms provided a value add, something that we don't necessarily currently have. as well as a commitment to maximizing the utilization of M&W smaller firms where they're able. So we're very pleased, I think, with the work that the procurement department did. Miguel Fernandez, one of the procurement consultants that works with me, did a really nice job on this procurement, and we got a big response. So we're very happy with it. Happy to take any questions. Oh, and then I'll follow up with. Actually, before you ask a question, because this may be your question, you're good at this. This is a task order based master agreement.
Okay.
It would be for a not to exceed amount of $500,000 for an initial term of 3 years with 2 optional 1-year extensions. Any questions?
That was not my question, but thanks for sharing that. So they, just to understand kind of what they do, so they will photograph the work as it proceeds, or when it's complete, will they do photography before as well? Like
Yep, they'll do all that in addition to providing drones as needed, depending on the project location and safety requirements. So
Yeah.
we'll get, so to James's point, they did a great job in identifying multiple firms, whereas previously we had 1 and now we have 3 and 2 of them are MBE certified. So
That's
we're
great.
excited about that.
They do any, other than the drone, they do any video? Data
They can.
They
It
do that.
depends on what we request as part of the master agreement and task order based contract. Depending on the task, we'll ask for a proposal, and each project's a little different. Each firm does things a little bit differently. So we have at our disposal and pretty much anything that we need on any project. We have some bigger projects that drone videos would be really cool to have.
Absolutely.
On other projects where we're a little more constrained, maybe not, but
Yeah.
each one different type of service. So we're really happy. So James and team, thank you.
Thank you. Very interesting.
Right. And then my last 3 reports are all bid openings. So the first, if you turn to tab C3 in your book, is for the bid opening for contract C1620, which is the Chicago Department of Transportation Capital Program, alleys, which was various locations, package number 3. We received 3 competitive bids for this proposal, and we will be making a recommendation for the lowest apparent responsible bidder at the board meeting. The next bid, if you turn to tab C4 in your book, was for the CDOT capital program, alleys, various locations.
Mhm.
This one was package number 4. Again, we received 3 responsive bids. They were all deemed competitive, and we are going to make a recommendation again here for the lowest responsible bidder at the board meeting. Very pleased with the number of bids we're receiving on all of this.
Why was BOA non-responsive?
We can discuss details, but essentially there was a document that was inadvertently included in the bid.
Okay.
And as such,
Yep. Okay.
And Bo accepted the deficiency and
yes.
They're not disputing it.
Yeah, there wasn't anything untoward about their bid, but as a result of the legal requirements, it's deemed not responsible.
Pardon me, they're reporting of sound. in just a moment.
we pause for a minute.
Testing 1, 2. Test. It's picking up something.
Are we recording at least?
Okay. So just in case no one or everyone missed that, that was tab C4. We will be moving forward with the lowest responsible bidder for the CDOT capital program alleys package 4 project, where we received 4 bids, 3 of which were deemed responsive. My last report, and then I will move defer an item, is item C5. If you turn to tab C5 in your book, this is for another CDOT program. This is the Works Progress Administration program, North Mason Avenue, West 56th Place, and South Hoyne Avenue. We received 3 bids, again, very exciting, and we will be making a recommendation. We have identified the lowest responsible bidder here as well. These were just opened yesterday. So very exciting. The CDOT work, I think, is well received by the bidding community, and we've had a lot of success with the bids. Any questions on the bids? No. The last item on your agenda, Chairman, we will ask to have deferred. It is our intention to utilize the city's agreement with Enterprise Fleet Management for our vehicles, but we have not heard back. I need the confirmation letter from the Department of Procurement Services, so we're waiting on that.
Okay.
So I'll ask that you defer that. Thank you. And that concludes my reports.
Move to accept the reports.
The reports I accepted. Next item on the agenda is report by Executive Director Ray Gitteroff.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to provide an update regarding our field order activities. There are 2 projects that exceed our reporting threshold. One is the Kenwood Academy Link and Mechanical Project. The other is a CDOT WPA Street Restoration Project. To start with the Kenwood Academy Link and Mechanical Project, it is field order number 4 for an estimated value of $216,154.40. The work includes exterior civil work related to landscape revisions at the north parking lot, which includes additional trees, salvaging of existing boulders, adding additional concrete walkways, and removing shrubs. The other is related to the south parking lot, whereas we're adding a metal utility shed, a trellis, salvaging boulders, and then also restoring an irrigation line and replacing damaged existing water manhole. This is a client-directed item. We have concurrence from our client. The field order has been issued. The work is anticipated to commence this summer, to be completed this summer, at least with the exterior work. The second field order that exceeds our reporting threshold is for a CDOT WPA Street Restoration Project, specifically at East 94th Street. This has been designated as an other item as we continue to partner and coordinate with CDOT and the Department of Water. As part of the OUC review process, a requested change was made from reinforced concrete piping to ductile piping in I don't know if I said the estimated value of $107,250. Next, I'll provide a quick update on our change order activity report. It is for the Debt Elementary School Annex and Renovation Project for a total value of $74,115.88. This is a closeout change order that deducts the site work allowance, adjustments to the camera allowance, the environmental allowance, and the moisture mitigation allowance. We have full concurrence from our client on this as well. Any questions on the field order or change order activity reports?
No.
And then with regard to regular reports, just some updates from the last time that we met. On April 9th, we were honored to attend a vertical panel discussion at HACIA, along with the Capital Development Board, DuPage County, and the University of Illinois Chicago. It was another opportunity for all the agencies to meet with HACIA's membership to talk about status of work, our projected forecast, along with just sort of collaborative conversations revolving design and construction and some of the challenges that some of the M&WPE vendors and suppliers may have. So it was a good opportunity for all of us to engage with the membership. Next, since we met last, thanks to Patrice Doyle and her staff, we've conducted 6 community hiring events. There was a virtual hiring event that was held on April 10th and April 14th for one of our CDOT WPA street reconstruction projects at 7 different locations. Next, we conducted an in-person community hiring event on April 23rd and April 25th for the Beaubien Woods Boat Launch Restoration and Utilities Project at the Outgale Branch Library, which is located at 955 East 131st Street. And in-person events were also held on May 2nd at the Mount Greenwood Branch Library located at 11010 South Kedzie Avenue, and on May 5th at the West Pullman Branch Library located at 830 West 119th Street. Both events were for the 112th Street and South Loomis Street WPA reconstruction projects. These hiring events continue to provide community residents with an opportunity to apply for potential jobs and meet with contractors and hiring managers that work for them and some of their subcontractors. Next, on April 17th, we hosted our 6th quarterly Assist Agency Conference here at the PBC with representatives of the Chicago Cook Workforce Partnership, HACIA, Hire 360, and Illinois State Black Chamber of Commerce. As a result of these conferences, we learn a lot about what their memberships are interested in, and just updating and advising the assist agencies on our program. HACIA and Hire 360 have invited us to provide updates and present for them. We're going to be meeting with HACIA's membership next week to provide an update on one of our projects, the Kennedy King Nursing Expansion Project, where our design builder, Berling, Beehive, and JGMA will talk about subcontractor opportunities. And then second, with Hire 360, I think this is the second time we're engaging with them, whereas their membership wants to meet with us. So they're going to send some questions over to us. We'll be prepared to talk to their membership, not just answering questions, but about opportunities with the agency. We have another Assist Agency Conference scheduled on July 17th. So on a quarterly basis, we'll continue to remain accessible to all the assist agencies and their membership. And the meetings are becoming a lot more informed, a lot more questions, a lot more dialogue about our program, our forecast, and what we can do to help their membership as well, and what they can do to help us to get awareness out to the membership regarding opportunities. We're excited about that. On April 28th, PBC staff attended a master class presented by Harriet's Daughters on the topic of diversity, disparity, and discrimination, and safeguarding inclusion programs in today's legal landscape. As a participant in the city's government procurement compliance task force, we were honored to join the city's procurement department, Charlotte Roberts, and other leaders for this informative conversation. That dialogue will continue, and we'll continue to partner to be part of that. On May 1st, we attended the Chicago Department of Aviation's Expo and Job Fair at the UIC Forum. Our staff were able to network and connect with several small business owners, subcontractors, vendors, and suppliers. Finally, as we talked about before this meeting, on May 21st, we will be hosting our second annual PBC Connection session at Malcolm X College. This was the result of one of our meetings with the assist agencies when they said, hey, how do our members know about your work? How do they meet general contractors? How do we meet each other, specifically the M and WBE vendors and suppliers? So this came from one of those meetings, and we had a good turnout, great turnout last year, just about 120 people, including Dawson Tech students and administrative staff. At this next meeting, we'll continue to focus on opportunities, remain accessible. PBC's entire leadership will be there. The room's a little bit bigger than last year. We anticipate more participants. We've invited CPS and their administrative with some of their students that are interested in not just construction projects, but on the professional services side as well, along with Dean Kelly from Dawson Tech and her students that are going to be there. They're having an opportunity to interview with the contractors that will have tables set up. We are getting a lot of interest from our architects of record as well as our engineers to have tables to meet contractors specifically for design build opportunities that are coming up in the following months. So we are excited about that, and we're looking forward to the Carpenters Union having a table there with us.
Our pleasure.
And that concludes my report.
Move to accept the report.
Our report's accepted. Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Meeting adjourned. Thank you.